All right, welcome to Watt Corner and some replay analysis. Got a low for you this time. Pretty darn good game out of this one. First thing you should notice as we're going into this and I'm driving down to the south is there is no Artie in this game. So what you're about to see would most likely never happen with Artie in the game. That was a good sound. If you take a look at where everybody's going, we've got a crowd headed up to the north, which is pretty standard. Some of the faster tanks. Some tanks headed down into the south, into the tank alley bit here, and some tanks headed up to the top. What I like about this immediately is that we already have some scouts scouting out that top donut or hill right there. My intention is to push down into this area right here to get shots across if they stack up, but I can't do that if the enemy grabs this hill and has flanking shots on me, so I'm watching that very closely. You can see as I come in there, I'll show you what I'm doing with my camera. Kind of paying attention to what they're seeing. And as I get closer, I can tell now that the scouts have got up here. Nothing fast is coming up the hill yet. I have a Type 58 even backing up the two ELCs. So right now I'm going to take a chance and say, you know what, I think I can get down over here, get hull down. So there goes one of their little tanks. Take a shot and miss. Some other guys sitting in there. And one bounce. Now what's you'll find out here, what's going to be very interesting, is that is one bounce, or the first bounce of many. So the good news is that they've only sent a T-37. These guys stopped because they saw me. They probably should have pushed through, and pretty soon that T-37 is going to get taken out, and we're going to own this hill, which is going to allow me to take this hull down position. And then we've got a bunch of guys just kind of camping in the back there. Pretty standard. So I'm going to push up to here a little bit further, and you're going to find a nice hold down spot right up here where you can just poke out with a turret and some decent depression right about here. Get a little closer and show you. And I've got all kinds of shots for all days right in here. All kinds of shots for all days. All kinds of shots all day. And there we go, somebody bounces. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing with my turret. Just looking in here. Okay, so I'm actually going to change my target. I thought about pulling forward just a little bit to take another shot on the ISU, but that would have exposed me a little bit more, maybe even exposed my side armor. So I'm just going to take what I've got, shoot, and get back. I was loaded, I needed to shoot. I'm going to back up here. I know there's an ISU in there. And about every time I'm reloaded, I'm going to go ahead and poke out here and take this shot. And I get him again. Now, he's still on a reload more than likely. Now let's check up on the top hill again. They have a scout moving up here. We have quite a few tanks up here, so we pretty much own this hill, and that's causing them all kinds of trouble down in here. There is some contact in the north, not a whole bunch of tanks, so nothing bad going on there. Back to my view, show you what I'm doing. Another bounce. Got a pretty good angle right there, as you can see. That's intentional. It's going to make it difficult if they hit my upper plate for them to pin with a decent angle. What I do have to watch is if they get into that side. If I over angle too much and start hitting me in the side or take out my front sprocket, front drive wheel. The good news here though is with this hold down position, most of that is protected and I am only showing my turret. So I'll get that FCM. You'll see that FCM gets irritated here pretty soon. He's been shooting gold the whole time. You'll know what I mean here in just a moment. Okay, so I'm just taking shots of opportunity. Whoever is showing is going to get shot. Now if we take a look at the hill, I'm kind of watching that as well. Looks like someone's died. They're messing around with another ELC. That's going to become a factor here in a moment. Still bouncing shots off my hull. I shoot into the dirt right there. That's an issue with the zoom mod I have. Sometimes I'll zoom past terrain and don't see it. And I shoot right into the ground right there. And now you're going to see here this Tiger 2 is coming up on my right. And that's not really a great idea because he's going to expose himself pretty badly. If he'd actually gone to my left and used the same hill in the same manner that I'm doing, we could have done some really good work right here. But as it turns out, he's going to end up getting in the way, and I'm going to use this carcass. You'll watch him. He's going to start taking hits. He's just kind of overexposed right there. There's no reason for that. I get lucky here. I almost hit him. No idea how I didn't, quite frankly, hit that Tiger 2. Must have been a little lag right there, and he dies quickly. So that's a great illustration of the difference between what he did and what I did. What he did is he got a little higher on the hill, he exposed his hull, drove right out there and got wrecked. I've been here for quite a long time, taking 10 shots and no damage because I'm paying attention to what my hull is doing and how to play it hull down. Show you what I'm looking at. Now I've got to deal with him, so I've got kind of a goofy situation. It's good because he's a bit of armor for me, especially from those guys that are right in front of me. That T-32 seems pretty interested in taking shots at me. I'm going to go ahead and get this ISU again and hit him right in the gun mantlet, which happens to be exactly where I aim, so that's my fault. Okay. Taking a look over here, once again, we're still good up on the hill, but now I'm noticing I've got a couple guys that are kind of working down at the bottom, and they look like they may want to come on up here, and you're going to see that's exactly what happens. It becomes an issue. Take a shot on the ISU. Once again, I saw the 50T, that's who I initially aimed at. He backed up. I took the shot of opportunity. You'll notice I'm at 2,500 damage with no kills because I'm just shooting who I can. Alright, he's gone. He's going to come back. No. I see this guy trying to move. Now, I have to do something I don't quite like right here. I just had to shift my hole because I've got to work around this dead tiger, which means I'm going to come up a little higher than I want to be, and I'm going to be showing that upper plate. The good news here is it's quite an angle, so it should be in decent shape, so long as I don't show my lower plate. I miss him. A little rush shot. And notice I'm waiting until I'm reloaded before I pull out. This tank has very good accuracy, so I can really do some good snaps. This guy just cornered out for unknown reason. And now, here's the issue I was talking about earlier. All I've got left up here is a T-34-3, and I've got 3 tanks starting to troll around up here. Still have a 112 behind me, and the north is still fighting away. So we're down by 2 tanks. Seems like I'm winning like crazy, but we're actually slightly losing now. So I'm sort of paying attention to what's going on up top there. So far, so good. So I'll keep on working the guys down here as best I can. Once again, I'm worried about that. We've got 2 enemy tanks that have moved up, a little bit outnumbered here now, and things aren't looking great. I'm going to just pop up here and take that shot. That's lucky, so I'll take it. I was actually aiming at the 50T, ended up hitting that guy. Sometimes when you have these big games like this, the random luck starts working. Notice that down here, the 50T has switched to HE. And he actually gets shot on me, 63 damage. All right, ELC just shot and missed. They've killed my T-34-3. Now this is not good. Now I'm in that exposed position I talked about earlier, and I don't have a lot of great options. One thing I could have done is tried to back out, but if I back out, I expose myself more to those guys. So I'm going to have to go ahead and keep on fighting from this position here, force them to come around that corner a little bit, and maybe my friends behind me will help me out. Kind of look at what he's doing. He gets away. Take one shot on the Chi-Ri because I saw him coming. Now I'm taking that aggro from the side. I'm just going to move forward, try to take fewer hits from him than I have to. All right. Now I know he's on a reload, right? He's got a 3-shot clip. Somebody has hit him. He's backing up. I at least have 9-10 seconds to do something here. Then I notice that T-32 has been actually exposing himself. So one of the reasons I'm able to do what I'm doing here without that 32 and IS tearing me up while I'm turning my turret sideways and messing with the guy on the hill there is the fact that this Tiger 2 has gone and got himself killed right in front of me, and I can use him as a shield. Still concerned about the Chi-Ri. Still have quite a few tanks right in front of me. These guys aren't really paying attention, and so I'm going to take a shot at him. Get a lucky bounce on the 32. He actually had a pretty good shot at me right there. And now I'm getting hit. That hurt. So I took 819 from that ISU, but I do see him now. And I also took another hit of HE from the FCM. It would appear that the FCM's cannon is not a great HE flinger, which we all sort of know. So what I'm going to do here is, I need to get rid of this ISU. So I'm going to take that hit, and I'm just going to make sure that he goes away. Now I'm getting punked by the Chi-Ri. He hits me twice, ammo racks me. What I do here is turn my hull towards him. Hopefully I can survive that last shot. Yep, I'm going to end up bouncing it because of the angle and force him away. He's on a reload again, so I'm not completely happy right here. I know once he reloads, he's going to come back into me, but I think what happens here actually is this 112 is going to come save my life. Hit once again by the FCM for 20. I'm worried about him. And I'm still getting hit by the FCM, so I've got to do something else. Now let's see if we get this guy out. He's not really paying attention. Doesn't die, unfortunately. Chiri is now dead. Somebody got up there and killed him. I believe it was the 112. Another HE shot of 12 from the 52. Going to take not a great shot right here. I could have actually loaded HE for that. Fortunately, he's missing a little bit as well, he being the 52. So I'm going to try to take him out on this. He's the only guy that's actually hitting me and damaging me. This could have been a great shot. Goes into the dirt, unfortunately. So I'm just going to go ahead and come up here. If he's not really paying attention, he's kind of busy engaging other tanks, and I'm able to take him out. And by that time, they're down to 1 tank. And there you go. I've done 4,496. I blocked 5,320, and I took 1,484 damage, which is 11,299 total, which should be good, I believe, for HT3 for the 55A, and that's in a Lowe on Karelia. Catch you next time.